Myself was into drugs, deep into drugs back in the 80s, and I know how hard it is to get out of it, and
If you've been on social media recently, you might have come across troubling stories about Arnel Pineda, the lead singer of the legendary rock band Journey. Claims of criminal charges, court cases, and even imprisonment have been circulating online. But there's something critically important you need to know. These stories are entirely fictional. Not partially exaggerated or loosely based on real events, completely made up from start to finish. Arnel Pineda has never been involved in any criminal case, has never stood trial for any charges, and continues to be the beloved lead vocalist of Journey. The fabricated narrative circulating online is dangerous misinformation that unfairly tarnishes the reputation of a man whose real story is one of incredible perseverance, talent, and humility. So what's the real story of Arnel Pineda? It's actually one of the most inspiring tales in music history, a journey so remarkable that it doesn't need any fictional embellishments to captivate and move people. Born in Manila, Philippines, on September 5, 1967, Arnel's early life was marked by significant hardship, though not in the way recent fictional accounts suggest. He grew up in a modest home with loving parents who encouraged his passion for music from an early age. His mother recognized his talent when he was just 5 years old and often had him perform for family and friends. However, tragedy struck when Arnel was only 13. His mother passed away after a long illness, leaving the family financially devastated. With his father unable to support all the children, Arnel ended up homeless for nearly 2 years. During that period, he slept in public parks, collected bottles for food money, and lived the harsh life of a street kid in Manila. Even during his darkest days, Arnel held on to one thing: his extraordinary voice. He sang at small gatherings, joined local competitions, and earned whatever money he could to help support his younger siblings. Music became both his passion and his lifeline. By his late teens, Arnel had begun to stabilize his life, reconnecting with his father and pursuing music more seriously. His vocal talent was unmistakable. His range, control, and emotional power made him stand out in Manila's competitive music scene. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, he became a well-known figure in the Filipino music community. Performing with bands like Ijos, Amo, and later the Zoo, Arnel gained fame as one of Southeast Asia's best cover artists. He became especially known for his uncanny renditions of songs by Journey, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, and other rock legends. The Zoo, his band, was a major draw in Manila and released an album of original songs, Revelation, in 2007. Despite rising popularity in Asia, Arnel's path remained difficult. In the early 2000s, he had to stop singing for over a year due to severe health problems that affected his voice. "I thought my career was over," he said of that frightening time. When your voice is your only real asset and suddenly it's gone, the fear is overwhelming. But Arnel's resilience shone through. With the right medical care and vocal training, he recovered and returned to performing. Then came the moment that changed everything, so improbable it almost sounds like fiction. In 2007, Journey's guitarist Neil Schon was scouring YouTube for a new lead singer after Jeff Scott Soto's departure. The band had been struggling to find a vocalist who could fill the shoes of the iconic Steve Perry. Schon stumbled upon grainy YouTube videos of Arnel performing Journey covers with the Zoo. Despite the low video quality, Arnel's powerful, passionate voice was undeniable. The resemblance to Steve Perry was striking, but what stood out even more was Arnel's energy and authenticity. "I heard him, and my hair stood up on my arms," Schon later said. "I'd never had that happen before." Journey keyboardist Jonathan Cain was equally impressed. "We'd auditioned countless singers, some very good ones, but something was always missing. When I saw Arnel, I knew we had to give him a shot." Schon reached out to Arnel via YouTube messages, which Arnel initially thought were a scam. "Why would Neil Schon be contacting me?" he laughed in interviews. But it was real. Arnel flew to San Francisco for an audition in December 2007. It wasn't easy. He faced visa delays, culture shock, and immense self-doubt. "I was so nervous. I could barely speak English," he recalled. "I kept thinking they would send me right back to Manila." But once he sang, every doubt disappeared. Within days, Arnel was announced as the new lead vocalist of Journey, a Filipino singer who once lived on the streets of Manila, now fronting one of America's most iconic rock bands. Arnel's debut with Journey came in 2008 with the album Revelation, which was a huge commercial success. It sold over 1 million copies in the US and was certified platinum. The album included re-recorded Journey classics and new material that showcased Arnel's stunning vocal prowess and chemistry with the band. The Revelation Tour took Journey across North America, Europe, and Asia, marking one of their most successful tours in years. Rather than facing skepticism, Arnel was embraced by fans around the globe. His voice, stage presence, and humility won over even the most devoted Steve Perry fans. "His voice is incredible, but it's his heart that really makes the difference," said longtime fan Michael Reynolds. Journey bassist Ross Valerie added, "We've been doing this for decades, but Arnel brought this fresh energy. He sings every song like it's the most important performance of his life." In 2012, Arnel's incredible story was chronicled in the documentary Don't Stop Believin', Every Man's Journey, directed by Ramona S. Diaz. The film premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival and earned widespread acclaim for its moving portrayal of Arnel's life and transition into Journey. His journey, from street kid in Manila to global rock sensation, is a testament to perseverance, passion, and the power of music. And unlike the false rumors spreading online, his real story doesn't need to be fabricated. It's already one of the most inspiring in music history. Arnel Pineda's rise to fame is a true rags-to-riches story that allowed fans to see the human being behind the incredible voice. His journey, filled with struggles, insecurities, and triumphs, was laid bare in the documentary about his life. It revealed many aspects of Arnel's experience that fans were previously unaware of, such as the physical toll of touring on someone not used to such a rigorous schedule, the emotional weight of being suddenly thrust into the spotlight, and the cultural challenges of joining an established American rock band. "The first year was really hard," Arnel admits in one poignant scene. "I missed my family terribly. I didn't know how to pace myself on tour. My English wasn't great. Sometimes I would think, what am I doing here? But then I would walk on stage, see all those people, and remember how blessed I was." The film also showed the immense pressure Arnel felt representing his country on a global stage. "In the Philippines, I'm not just Arnel from Journey," he explained. "I'm carrying the hopes of so many people who never get chances like this. That's a responsibility I take very seriously." The documentary helped cement Arnel's place not only in Journey's history, but also in the broader narrative of unlikely success stories in the music industry. It served as an inspiration to aspiring musicians around the world, particularly those from developing nations who may have once believed the international stage was out of reach. More than 15 years after that fateful YouTube discovery, Arnel Pineda continues to be Journey's lead vocalist. He has recorded multiple albums with the band, including Revelation, 2008, Eclipse, 2011, and Freedom, 2022. He has performed in hundreds of concerts worldwide, singing to millions of fans who now come specifically to hear him, not just Journey's classic hits. Alongside his professional success, Arnel's personal life has also stabilized. He is married to Cherry Pineda, and they have 4 children together. He has often spoken about how fatherhood gives him perspective and keeps him grounded despite his fame. "At the end of the day, being a good father is more important than being a rock star," he told the Philippine Star in a 2018 interview. "My children remind me of what truly matters." When the COVID-19 pandemic halted touring in 2020, Arnel returned to the Philippines to be with his family. During this time, he continued creating music and connecting with fans through social media and virtual performances. He also used the unexpected break to focus on his health and vocal training, ensuring that he would return to touring stronger than ever. Journey resumed live performances in 2021, with Arnel remaining a central figure in their renewed success. The release of their 2022 album Freedom and its accompanying tour demonstrated that the chemistry between Arnel and his bandmates had only strengthened. Critics noted that his voice retained the power of his early days while gaining new emotional depth. Beyond his musical achievements, Arnel is also a dedicated philanthropist. In 2010, he founded the Arnel Pineda Foundation, APFI, which focuses on educational assistance for underprivileged children in the Philippines. The organization addresses environmental and health challenges facing youth in disadvantaged communities, providing scholarships, medical aid, and emergency relief during natural disasters. Arnel often performs in benefit concerts to raise funds for APFI, using his platform to spotlight issues in his homeland that might otherwise go unnoticed internationally. "I was one of these kids," Arnel has said. "I know what it's like to have no food, no place to sleep, no hope for tomorrow. If my story can help change even one child's life, then all of this happened for a reason. Arnel has used his influence to advocate for environmental protection in the Philippines, promote Filipino culture globally, and support music education in underserved communities. In 2012, the Philippine government recognized him for his contributions to enhancing the country's cultural visibility on the world stage. Far from being involved in any scandal, Arnel has consistently used his platform and success to give back to communities like the one he came from. He frequently speaks about the importance of education, perseverance, and kindness. Former bandmate Dean Castronovo once said, "Arnel is one of the most genuine people I've ever met in this industry." Fame hasn't changed his heart at all. So why was this video necessary? In today's digital world, misinformation spreads rapidly. Fictional stories, especially when written in a seemingly credible, journalistic tone, can easily be mistaken for truth by casual readers who don't verify what they consume. Stories that claim to expose celebrities often attract more attention than positive news, creating an environment where falsehoods thrive. In cases like Arnel's, where the real-life story already includes dramatic highs and lows, the line between fact and fiction can blur. The consequences of such misinformation are serious. False allegations can tarnish reputations built over decades, cause emotional distress, and mislead loyal fans. In Arnel's case, these false narratives also disrespect the genuine hardships he overcame and the positive influence he continues to have. Psychologist Dr. Maria Gonzalez, who specializes in media literacy, explains why these false narratives are so appealing. People are drawn to stories of dramatic falls from grace, especially when they involve someone who rose from nothing. There's a psychological phenomenon where we sometimes want to see successful people fail. It can make us feel better about our own challenges or shortcomings, she said. This makes people more vulnerable to believing negative information without proper verification. The broader societal impact of misinformation is equally troubling. When false stories are widely shared, they contribute to a culture where truth feels negotiable. Over time, this erodes public trust in media, making it harder for important, factual information to reach audiences. That's why it's essential to verify content before sharing it, especially if it involves serious allegations about public figures. First, check if the information appears on credible news outlets. If a major celebrity like Arnel Pineda were involved in a serious legal matter, established media with journalistic standards would report on it. If the story only exists on blogs or unknown websites, that's a red flag. Second, look for direct quotes and named sources. Legitimate news will include statements from law enforcement, court documents, or identifiable people. If you only see vague phrases like, "sources say," be skeptical. Third, be cautious of stories filled with dramatic flair but lacking specific dates or details. Real journalism includes concrete facts. Fourth, ask yourself why mainstream media hasn't reported the story. If it's truly significant, it would appear in multiple outlets. Lastly, use fact-checking websites like Snopes, Reuters Fact Check, or AP Fact Check to verify viral claims. A quick search can prevent the spread of harmful misinformation.